Hello friends and all. I will be starting with R programming today and we will start with the very basics even from the downloading of R in Linux or Mac or Windows. So you just open any browser and just search for R download in Google. So you'll get the first link as for Windows. Just go there and click this one. So our setup file will be downloaded and we can just run the setup file and R will be installed within 2 or 3 minutes. Now how to download it for other platforms? You just delete this. So this one is for Linux and this one for Mac OS. Now nowadays another thing is very popular, which is RStudio. But one thing you need to know is before downloading RStudio, you need to have R in your system. So after downloading R, we can just click on this. Another setup file will be there, and we can run the setup file. Then RStudio will also be there. Now coming to the platform itself. So this one is for R. So in R we can see a console. This is called R console. You can just control L, then the consoles beginning. In the beginning it will give like what settings are there and what version it is and a few common information. Okay, so we can just delete it, and from now onwards whenever we will be running some program, so you can clear the console in two ways. So you go to edit, clear console, or you can just directly press Ctrl L. Now starting with this. So this is, we have two things. One is R console, another one is R editor. So this is the place where we will write the codes, and this is the place where the codes will be executed. So I have a setup file, rather code, which we will be doing today. So in any line you can just use Ctrl R to execute the code of that line. Suppose this one, I have given a hash symbol in the very first. So that means what? That is a concept of commenting within a code. So in R, the console, if in the console, if you just run this, what will happen? So I used Ctrl R. So this is not executing anything, just the comment is passing. Okay, coming to the language itself and the coding part. So step 1, it R can handle any type of common algebra. Suppose we want to add something, we want to subtract something, we want to multiply something, okay, and we want to divide. Now look at this part, division. If you are familiar with C programming, then you will know in C 2 divided by 3 would have given you 0, and 2 percentage 3 gives the remainder, but here 2 percentage 3 does not give you anything. So another thing you learned here is something else, that if you do this comment part in the coding itself, what will happen now? It will just execute. The comment does not affect the code itself. Now, so your R can be used as a calculator. Now, in the very first step, what comes to our mind? How the data can be put into the system. So here, suppose x is a variable which is having 4 values, 2, 1, 4, 3. So how to take these values into x in R? So we can write x equal to c 2, 1, 4, 3. Here the c means concatenation, and in R every symbol has its reason. Okay, so x equal to c, this thing, c refers to concatenation. So let us now execute x. So X should give 2 1 4 3. Yes, it's giving 2 1 4 3. Now how to write a sequence? Suppose we want to write a sequence like 1 2 3 dot dot 20. So will we write 1 2 3 like this till 20? So there must be a some shorter way, easier way. So that reason is given here. So X equal to sequence from 1 to 20 by 1 means starting from 1 till 20 we are incrementing 1 by 1. Okay, let us run this. X equal to sequence this thing. So let us execute. We are getting what we needed. Now do we have to need this from, to, by? We can even make it shorter. So X equal to sequence 121. It will give the same thing because R knows that the first number is the number from where you want to start, and second number is till what you want to make this X values, and the third one is the incrementing value what you want. Now one thing that is good about R is it can read complex numbers easily. So V equal to 2 plus 5i. Okay, so V is this thing. Now suppose we can think that 2 plus 5i, it is taking just as a normal character variable type of thing. But is it taking a character variable or not? That we can judge here. So class of the variable. So X what we had given, and another thing is R can keep all the variable values in its mind. So once you execute, it will not be deleted from the system. See this thing. Here I have put this X equal to 1 to 20. So here also it will come. And suppose I execute V equal to also 2 plus 5i comes. Okay. Now the class of the variable. Now class of X should be numeric, isn't it? Let's see. Yes. So class of X is coming as numeric. So this class in bracket, this gives what the class of the variable. Similarly, class V, it is giving the complex, giving us complex. Okay. So V is a complex variable. Now apple. So suppose we want a character value to be included in the variable. So I can write apple equal to this thing. Will it execute? Let's see. No, because you cannot write a character like this. So it will not execute anything because this thing is not found. So it has become some it has become somewhat messy. So we will just delete it. The console is cleared. Now apple equal to C, red, green, yellow. Let's look at this. Here also it is not found because we have given inverted commas in one, but in others we have not given anything. So this will not execute anything again. Now we are giving inverted commas in all the three, but there is a difference. I am giving one type of inverted comma here and two inverted commas there. So will it take? Let's see. Yes, it's taking. But is it taking this right values? Let's see. Yeah, it's taking. It is even making this one inverted commas to two inverted commas, right? Now, coming to the class of the character variable. It should be character, right? Now, class of apple. It is not found. Do you know why? Because R is case sensitive. What you have used here is small a. So you have to use small a here. So class apple. So this is a drawback of R, that it is case sensitive. It's not like SAS, which is not case sensitive. Okay. Now we will learn how to make a matrix in R. So M equal to matrix C A B C B A, n row equal to 2, n col equal to 3, pi row equal to 2, true. So in the value of m, we are keeping a matrix which is having 6 values, and we are concatenating them. So 6 character values it is concatenating, and we are mentioning there is 2 rows and there are 3 columns, and by row equal to true. What is the meaning of by row equal to true is whatever the values you are passing here, it will be taken as row. So there are 2 rows, right? So in the first row we will get a, in the second row we will get 2. Next we move to the next column, n row equal to 2, so 2 rows are there. So in the next column we will have bc, and in the next column we will have ba. Now let's run this. So what should be m? So it is going by row. So what I told was wrong. Alright, wrong. It is by row equal to true. By row means first of all it will fill up all the rows. It will go through the row. So AAB in the first row and then CBA in the second row. So 2 rows and 3 columns are there. Now let's do this thing. 2 rows, 3 columns. We have not given by row. Let's see what happens here. See this thing. So it is taking AA, BC, BA. So if you don't mention that by row equal to true, then it will take by row equal to false. So it will just take the values in the columns at first, then it will fill up the rows. Okay, so AA goes in the first column, then BC in the second column, then BA in the third column. Fine. Now suppose we want the first rows all values. Now we know that the order of a matrix is row into column. So in a third bracket, if you write 1 comma, that means it will give the first row. Let's see. Yes, it's giving the first row. Now remember, this m has been deleted from the system. Now m has the value this thing. Okay. No. So m1 comma, that means it is giving the first row. You can see it here from here also, that it is 1 bracket. In third bracket is 1 comma. That means this will give this first row. So comma 1. So this will give the first column like this. Okay. So this one should give what? The first what? Column. So it's giving 1AA. Similarly, we want suppose second row's third column value. So second row is this, third column value is A. So should we give A? Let's see. Yes, it's giving that one. Now, suppose we want to make a table type of thing, or a table which has 4 columns. That one is gender, height, weight, age. Suppose we know that one person is male, his height is 152, weight is 81 in proper units, and age is 42 years suppose. Now how to keep it in a stack of columns? So this data.frame does it. So we will run this. So gender equal to C this thing, height equal to this, weight equal to C, weight equal to C 81, 93, 78, similarly age equal to this thing. So then we are concatenating them, concatenating the values within this data.frame, and then we are passing it in the data.frame. Okay, let's see what BMI gives. Yeah, it's giving correct, right? So you know that first the first person is male, his height is this, weight is this, age is this. So corresponding values, male 152, 81, 42, like this it is coming. Now suppose we don't want to pass like this, we can do another thing also. So I'm just control C this thing. So gender equal to now this thing, let's see, yeah, and height equal to this thing. The height will be giving this, the weight will be giving this, and age will be giving this. Now we can do one thing. Data dot frame. Now all these variable has already been populated, so we can just give them directly. Now this will give as same as before. So before we were concatenating within the data dot frame itself. Now out of the data dot frame we have already defined the variables and they are populated. Now we are doing this. Another good thing about R is in the console you click once and you just click the up arrow and down arrow. Down arrow will work after you go one step before. So see this thing. I am just clicking the up arrow. So it is giving all the lines which have already been executed. So it will give all these things. So let's meet in the next tutorial. Thanks.